Hey everyone, I thought I'd just do a quick video to catch everyone up. The last video you probably will have seen is we were in a house that we'd just bought. So we settled on a house on Friday. We drove over Friday night and camped on the floor on airbed. So we rushed around this weekend buying a whole heap of furniture that I'd lined up from people on Facebook Marketplace and Trade Me. So we picked up quite a bit of furniture and tidied the house out. There's bits of like rubbish left there. So we tidied all the rubbish out, did a bit of the garden, sprayed the weeds, things like that. I'm working again this week. I work full time, so I'm working every week. So we've only got weekends to bring it up to scratch. It just needs some painting doing to it really, and tidying up the garden before we can start renting it out. We've actually only got, I think it's only about 5 weekends left before we go to England as well. We're going to England at the end of May. And I was hoping to have it rented out by the end of May because obviously we've got a mortgage to pay on it. So we are going to be quite busy the next 5 weekends. We're going to try and go over every weekend to paint the rooms so that we can get it rentable basically and on Airbnb by the end of May. It is located about 2 hours away from where we live. So I'm going to have to use a cleaner and someone, well, the cleaner's going to hopefully drop the linen off at a laundrette to do that. But it's going to cost a little bit more money than running the Airbnb where we are now, just because I do all the linen myself with the one we've got now because it's so close. But with this new place I've just bought, I'm not going to be able to do that because it's just too far away. So the cleaner's going to drop the linen at the laundrette, which adds quite a bit more cost to it, really. So yeah, we're going to be really busy for the next 5 weeks sorting that out. I am on Facebook Marketplace and Trade Me constantly, just trying to look for bargains. I need to buy another queen bed, and in the smaller room, we're going to put 2 singles. We're kind of hoping to put 2 king singles, but they're just not going to fit. So yeah, we're going to England at the end of May. My parents and all my family still lives out there. So me, Ben and the kids are flying out to England. We're going to go via Hong Kong because they were the cheapest flights that I found. And we're going to stay in Hong Kong for 4 nights, which would be really good. I went to Hong Kong probably close to 15 years ago now. But it was really quite interesting, good city. It's got the city side of it as well as some really nice beaches. And of course, Disneyland is there as well. So we're going to take the kids to Disneyland, which I'm sure they'll enjoy it. Going to have to watch some Disney movies before we go just to get them amped up for it. Ava quite likes Frozen, so I'm sure she will like meeting Elsa. What else are we going to do? So yeah, we're going to spend 4 nights in Hong Kong and then we're going to fly into London. My parents live up like Manchester area, so we're going to have to get the train up the same day we land. I think we land at about 6 a.m. into London and we're going to get the train up to where my parents live. And then we're just there for a couple of days and then we are flying out to Ibiza with my parents for 10 nights. So we are really looking forward to that. We've booked a nice hotel with some slides for the kids and kids entertainment. Ibiza looks really nice, really lovely blue sea and some nice beaches. So that'll be good. And then we fly back to England. Ben's there in England with me for a few days and then he flies home. He's only gone for about 3 weeks in total. I'm going to stay on in England for another 3 weeks. Me and the kids are going to stay and just spend some time catching up with family and friends there. I don't really have any plans for when I'm back in England. I don't have a car, so I'm going to just stooge around with my mum, I think. Just going around to different places. I really want to do some charity shopping because I love the charity shops in England. I think people throw out things really easily. Like you go to charity shops and there's pretty much like new clothes in the charity shops. Whereas in New Zealand, the charity shops are full of worn out marked clothes. You really find it hard in New Zealand to find anything decent in a charity shop. So I'm looking forward to stocking up on the kids' clothes, to get a few sizes up for them, to stock their wardrobes up. I'm hoping to do that probably when Ben's still here. Ben's still in England, actually, because I want to send Ben back with a few suitcases, because I know last time I went to England, I brought back, it was me, it was Ava and Sam flying back on our own, like it will be this time. Ava was just a baby. And I had about 4 or 5 suitcases to bring back. And I had such an awful time. It was really difficult to push the trolley filled with all the suitcases. So life is really busy at the minute. I'm still working full time, Monday to Friday. And so Ava's at daycare like 4 days a week. Sam is at school. I run an Airbnb nearby, and we're obviously leasing the farm still. Or we lease multiple blocks of land. We lease 3 blocks of land. Ben does all the day-to-day farming. He employs a local lady to help us, which has been really, really great of late. We really appreciate having someone to work for us that knows what they're doing. Takes a bit of pressure off Ben. I still cook for the shearers when they're shearing and do all the book work, the GST returns, things like that. I had the silly idea of starting a skincare business as well, so I'm just trying to get that off the ground, make some sales, do some advertising for that. This all happens like at night time, once the kids are in bed, normally between the hours of like 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. So yeah, I'm crazy busy at the minute. I took myself to the doctors recently because I've noticed a lot more hair loss in the shower, like when I'm brushing my hair in the shower. I've noticed a lot more hair coming out, and I thought that it might be my thyroid. So they tested my thyroid, and it came back as slightly underactive, but not quite, like, not definitely underactive. It was like borderline underactive. So they told me to come back in May and be retested, because apparently if you're ill, if you've like had a cold or something, it can impact your thyroid. So they said, come back in May and just make sure it isn't just an illness that has affected your thyroid. But I really feel like I'm going bald, because the amount of hair that I'm losing in the shower is crazy. So yeah, it's either my thyroid that's making that happen, or it is stress, because I'm the type of person that really can't not do stuff, and not just not do stuff, but like I just create things for myself to do. Like if it wasn't enough having a full-time job, helping Ben with like farm stuff, like, you know, the financial side of it, cooking for shearers, having an Airbnb, then freaking starting a skincare business, and now we've just gone and bought another property that we're going to do as an Airbnb, so I'll be managing like the booking side of that as well. Like I really need to learn to just slow down a bit. But it's really hard, isn't it, when you're trying to just get ahead in life. So I feel like you've got to work hard in order to get, in order to reach your goals. And I think that's what we're trying to do. We are trying to buy property so that we can eventually afford to buy a farm. Because, I mean, you can't save your way to farm ownership. You just can't. You can't earn enough to save enough for a farm. Farms cost like anywhere between 3 mil and, I don't know, depends how big a farm you're buying, but minimum you need like 3 mil. We'll probably need about 4 mil to buy a farm, and we're not going to do that through working jobs and saving. So we are working jobs. At least I am working a job. Ben's farming, trying to earn money and save it, and then as soon as we've saved enough for a deposit on a house, we'll buy a house. And we find that Airbnbs bring in more money than long-term rentals, so we are doing that in order to pay the mortgages down, and then hoping that the houses go up in value, really, and then we can sell them and buy a farm. because we like the lifestyle, and Ben loves farming. Like I just couldn't see him doing anything else. He tried to get a office job when we were in England, and I'm pretty sure he was offered an office job, but there is no way that he could have stayed in an office job for long. He is far too, well, a number of things. He's very outdoorsy. He loves being outdoors and farming and doing, I think it's like he says it's the variety that he likes, because one minute you are feeding some sheep or lambing some sheep, and then the next you're fixing a tractor or you're fencing, and he really likes the variety of it. But not only that, like, he's the most opinionated, stubborn person I've ever met. So I do not think that he would go well having to answer to an employer. So yeah, we're just working hard, trying to get ahead. We obviously are going on holiday soon, because life is not all about work, work, work. We do try and go on holiday as well. And, you know, I am getting conscious that my parents are getting older. They're both in the 70s. And so I wanted to go away on holiday with them and take them away from England, out of their norm, so we can all spend some quality time together with the kids, and they can make some nice memories. So, getting upset. So yeah, I will film as much as I can in Hong Kong and Ibiza and England, and also the next 5 weeks when we are renovating this Airbnb property. Fingers crossed we can get it all ready in time to rent out, and I can find a cleaner to clean it that is reliable. So I'll catch up with you soon. Thanks for listening, everybody. Goodbye.